and welcome back to Raven's Third Eye Tarot. I am your clairvoyant medium, Raven, here to give you guidance and clarity along your journey. If you are new to my page or just now tuning into me, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me, and to everybody, thank you for trusting me with your energies today. So this isn't my usual type of reading style, filming wise, but honestly, today I kind of wanted just like a sleepover type reading. And we are going to work through some challenges. Today we are here to find out what you are gaining from the situation. So we are going to take a look at what the situation even is, what you are gaining from it, and then advice moving forward, or any additional information as well in between. We are going to start with these oracle cards. Excuse my little tootsies. I tried hiding them and stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Let's go. We're here for the messages. I'm now going to shuffle out these oracle cards so you can pick which one resonates most with you, and that will be your group today. So for group one, tune me into group one, please. What does group one need to know about their current situation? Okay. Group one, you have rain. Group two, please. Tune me into group two's energy. What do they need to hear, Spirit? Why did I just hear? I just heard run. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm watching TV right now. It says 555-111. And I just channeled run. But that's the energy. It's not the advice. Okay. Okay, that's not the advice. The equator. To make equal. Group two. What does group three need to know? It's group three, please, Spirit. I just heard calm down. Your spirit guides want you to calm your nerves. You may be anxious or maybe scattered. But your card is upright and it says growth, plants. It's beautiful. When choosing your group, please tune into your intuition. Whichever group you feel called to the most, that is a group that will have the messages meant for you today. Once you have chosen your group, you can click the description box below, click the timestamp to your group, and that will fast track you right to your reading. Hello, if you chose this card, Rain, you are group one, and this is your reading. Today we are here to find out what you are gaining from your current situation or the situation that you have on your mind right now. We will be looking at what your situation is, what you will be gaining from it, and then advice moving forward and any additional messages that Spirit wants to give to you today. So we're going to actually start with your affirmation card. I actually did get affirmation cards. I'm also going to pick an affirmation card because I feel like that's what Spirit's, nudging at. So let me do this real quick for you. Your affirmation says, I believe in myself and my abilities. Oh, I just got so excited for you. Keep this affirmation in mind for yourself moving forward. And we will go over this card as well. But first we are going to take a look at this oracle card. This card is about fertility, and yet this was in the reverse. And I really feel like you're safeguarding something. You could be guarding wounds from the past. You could be really trying to nurture and mother yourself right now as well. Being very protective, very selective of who you allow close to you, who you allow not only in, but to peek in. Like, I feel like somebody needs to see a little deeper inside of you. That sounds so weird, excuse me. Okay, maybe my perverted mind. But anyway, this could even have to deal with something sexually related. Your intimacy. You may have intimacy wounds here. And I just heard you're being nudged to go deeper. You're being nudged to embrace this vulnerable moment for what it is. Care for yourself the way you need to. Please be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself here. I just heard time heals all wounds. time is not, time is relative. Okay. 100 years for us compared to 100 years for a tree, that's nothing to a tree. But for us, that's substantial. And we can do so much with such a small amount of time, and so much can happen within a small amount of time. I feel I need to say, please don't pressure yourself with any timeline. Please allow yourself the patience, allow yourself the care, because if you're not okay, if your body's not feeling okay, if you aren't feeling safe within yourself or safe with others, you need to be mindful of that and respect your body. Respect the things that you are going through right now, despite your outside circumstances, because there's rain here again, and it's supposed to be, rain is fertilizing. It's what helps things grow. And though rain is disruptive at the same time. So this period that you are experiencing, although it's rough, and I just heard it's demanding. Excuse me, when I channel, I will stutter, mumble, and jumble up my words. But this time right now seems very demanding, and it's for your growth. All things, take time. So please just give yourself that time. And I feel this could be a really sensitive topic or subject for you, and it needs handled with care. So please express your needs, express your boundaries, and I do feel I need to say compassionately, because some people don't understand what you're going through, and they may be a little harsh. They may treat you different. You may feel alone. You may feel, I just heard, ostracized, and it can really feel like a battle just to heal, get better, just to see progression in certain areas of your life or within yourself. It feels like you can only go so far, and there's a wall, and it's like there's nothing I can do. You may feel like your hands are tied in the situation, especially with the 3 and 5 up here. I just realized that. This is the number 35 on this card. And 3 speaks of change and progression and growth. 5 does as well. Once we come into the energy of 3, things can seem off balance, okay? This could also be something where you need multiple energies to really come together and cooperate and hear each other out. I just heard there's many sides to the story. So if this includes other people, you need to allow the space and time when you feel ready and comfortable, and ask your guides to give you confidence, pray, whatever you may feel connected to be able to help you with any confidence regarding a discussion, to hear both sides of the story, to not only express yourself, express your needs, express your boundaries, but also to help you be in a receptive energy to the person that you then would be speaking with as well. If that sounds like you and your situation, then this is definitely your group. So we are going to take a little deeper dive into your situation, your current situation. What is group 1's situation, please, Spirit? What is group 1's situation? What is group 1's situation, Spirit? Aw, I'm shaking right now. Aw, I'm so sorry for the things that you're experiencing. The emotional side of this is like I'm triggered, I'm shaking, I feel sensitive. You could even feel scared at times. Alone. Do I want another card? I think I'm going to stop here, to be honest. The bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Swords. I just heard because you're refusing to speak. So again, a conversation needs to be had. And this is going to take time, but I feel I have to say this needs grounded. That's what the Hangman is saying. And it's going to take time and patience and a new perspective to really get you moving and get you out of this state of mind. And even if this, if you have been like sedative recently, physically, immobile, if you don't feel that you have the physical energy and you have really been stagnant in your body, I'm being advised to tell you that you need to get up and move, clean your house, clean your hair, wash your hair, be really attentive to your self-care. Give yourself a bubble bath. Like, show yourself, hey, listen, you're still here. You're still loved. And you, geez, I want to cry. You really matter. So please care for yourself. Show yourself a little extra love and care where you can. In this situation, you could have walked away from somebody. You could have felt rejected, turned down, and now you're really shutting out a lot. You're shutting out everybody. It's like a vacuum seal. You are vacuum sealed away from a lot of people, away from the people who might be able to offer you some level of healing and understanding and reciprocity in a way that allows you to let go of the harder emotions and the feelings of grief and loss and upset and like misunderstanding, because I feel like you want to be understood here. And yet there's a fear to be understood. Maybe a fear of being misunderstood, a fear of somebody's judgment, a fear of getting the wrong reaction from this person that you may need to speak to. I really feel with this Three of Swords here that your voice needs to be heard. They need to understand the pain that they could have caused in this situation. I see that you have like taken accountability yourself, but the middle sword's telling me this is the truth and it hasn't necessarily been declared. The middle sword has not fallen out. It is still piercing your heart. It is causing grief, depression. I just heard slow moods. Zonked out, spaced out. You may be self-medicating even, disassociating. It's grieving, though, in an unproductive way, and that's what Spirit's trying to get at. And it's, everybody grieves differently. Please don't take it as me trying to tell you how to grieve at all. We all go through our flows and states working through these emotions. And I feel like you need to work through it physically, like your body. Allow your body to help you work through these, whether that be yoga, walking, cleaning, the self-care, because I feel like you need to hold yourself. You need held. And I feel this sense of being alone and not being able to like be held. And I know that's hard, a hard thing to, I just heard adjust to. Some of you, this could be like a fresh situation where you had just left somebody, you left a relationship. And so holding yourself is this new thing that you have to explore for yourself. But you're going to learn and you're going to grow, like I said with this oracle card here. These outside circumstances, these things that have happened to you are happening for you. And it's rough and it's hard, but you can do this for yourself. And I want you to know that as hard as it is, you are strong. Just because we're dealing with something that feels defeating, that feels isolating, that feels like we have no support. You could just feel like you're alone in the world and I'm just on this island. I'm here and now I'm just going over what I don't have. I see what I don't have. And a lot of that is just support. Spirit wants you to know, I just heard hold on. So that could also indicate that somebody is going to come around. Somebody is probably going to reach out to you. And whoever is going to be reaching out to you, I feel like if you feel safe, you need to open up to them. Because they could give you support that you probably felt you didn't have or couldn't obtain. But you are strong. You are resilient. That doesn't mean that you deserve, to go through these hard times. But they are shaping you. They are changing you. They are molding you. And this will not last forever. This healing has already started. There's just more work to be done. So now we are going to see how you are benefiting from this situation. What do I want to use? What are you gaining from this situation? What is Group 1 gaining from this situation, please, Spirit? You have the Two of Cups upright. I'm sorry if I didn't say all these cards I pulled out here. I'm in such a habit not to. Especially if messages come through. I just got to roll with it. What is Oh, look at this. You have the Empress upright, fertility, and this is upright. And with the Two of Cups upright, that's beautiful. And that is healing. That is somebody wanting to compromise with you, wanting to be there for you. Like, hold my hand, I'll hold your hand. We can go through this together. We can create something together. And so it's not a tower moment. This is actually an opportunity to grow something new, to grow something more fertile, something with more compassion and understanding. This blending of energies, it's a lot more compassion than I feel, I just heard, than you may be ready for. So emotionally, you may just, like I said, be blocked off, maybe blocked off from this person who wants to offer this. What is group 1 gaining from this situation? And justice upright. You are going to have your truth. I just heard your truth be told. You are going to have this opportunity. Look, I'm still shaking. Oh my goodness. I wish I could like hold you, hug you. Like, I wish I could be there for you. But this is how I can be, you know? And you have 4 swords. So this is what you're gaining from this situation is a moment to rest, calm your mind, resolve your mind and your energy. You need this. You need to revitalize your energy. You're very low, but what you're gaining from this situation, that it's causing you kind of to push people out or away or keep yourself on this little island. And I just heard to not be burnt out. You could have been well on your way, even without knowing, to burn out. And you needed to slow down. And it was in preparation to all of these things that are hitting you right now, so you can resolve them, so you can find this peace within your mind, so you can begin to think clearly, to be able to articulate yourself clearly, to be able to have this person understand what exactly happened to you, what exactly was going on. This could deal with, because the Empress also, dealing with fertility, sexuality, sensuality. This could have to deal with your sexual nature. I just heard people abusing it, because you are somebody very fertile. And I just heard, for some reason, people just keep taking from me, like taking and taking. And again, this could be, in the realms of sexual trauma, or people really misleading you. And it could seem as if they just want what you have. They just want the abundance that you bring into their life. And it could have felt very unbalanced. Then you would have felt used for the things that you have, the abundance of love and care. You're very nurturing. And I feel like, no, I have to stop. And it's almost like a forced stop. What you're gaining from this situation, though, is this opportunity to, I just heard, have closure, to have a peace of mind, to relate to one another, to relate to somebody else. I feel like you really need to open up and speak to somebody if you can. If you have the support system, if you have anybody, especially regarding this in this situation, who needs to understand you, understand your pain, your grief, what is stopping you, what is blocking you. They want to know this, okay? And I feel like they want you with them, whether it's traveling, moving on in a relationship. Like, this is going to help progress your relationship. This is going to help mend connections, and to not fear the connections that lie ahead of you, especially if you have travel planned or trips planned. It's almost like you're giving up before you give it a chance. You see these ships and these opportunities that could be coming into you, into your life, into your world here, and you're just watching them. It's like you're watching it pass by with it in reverse. You're not even allowing yourself. You're telling yourself you can't do it. Like, I can't talk to those people. I can't see those people. I can't put myself in those environments. I can't put myself in these certain situations that bring out my sensuality or that make me feel vulnerable. I'm not sure that I can express myself authentically and that be protected. I don't feel that you want any pressure regarding this situation. You want that pressure alleviated. What you're gaining from this situation is a chance to be heard, to be understood, to actually find care, to feel cared for. Because if you are keeping yourself secluded from a lot of people, you are lacking that care, compassion, and nurturing that you truly need to be able to resolve the situation and find peace and clarity for yourself.
to be able to move on, to welcome in other opportunities, to see that misfortune as something I just heard as a learning curve. If it's within a connection, this is not only a learning curve for you, it's also a learning curve for them. And that doesn't mean that's your obligation, okay? But you can go through this together. I feel you don't have to be as alone as you may be allowing yourself to be. I feel too with this 5 of Cups here, once you start caring for yourself, it's going to feel like these cups they may not be filling back up, okay? But they're going to be picked up. You're going to start picking yourself up again. And you can fill those cups. You can bring that happiness to yourself. You can bring that emotional stability and really care for yourself. And I just heard as well, you caring for yourself is teaching other people how to not only care for themselves, but how to take care of you. And I feel like somebody needs to know how to take care of you. So if you don't already understand that yet for yourself, the best way that you need to move forward or how to really care for yourself, take that time, take that space, ground yourself, especially with the Empress here. Be patient with yourself, ground yourself, connect with nature, connect with your breath and your body. I really feel like you need to connect with your body. And I know that may be hard, especially if you are any type of triggered state. But when you connect with your breath and be mindful in your body, I feel like you need to love certain parts of your body or just be really attentive. If you're somebody who likes to put on lotion even, you see how like I'm just doing this with my hands. I mean, we all, if we put lotion on, we'd like do this, but be mindful and grateful as you do this. Be grateful of your body, be mindful of your body, love yourself, and please show yourself gratitude and thank your body because your body has been sending you messages and especially of rest. And I heard you have been listening, but it's causing stagnation now. So it's kind of going into the shadow aspect of your rest into possibly avoidance and isolating yourself from potential opportunities here. And Spirit doesn't want you to do that. So I'm going to end your reading now on this Oracle card Spirit says you needed to hear. I believe in myself and my abilities. Yes. And I heard it takes 2 to tango. Again, ask for confidence, ask for clarity. If you need any clarity, please ask questions. If you need to ask somebody else questions in this situation to get a better understanding, possibly hear them out first before you speak so you can get a better idea of where they're even at. It may make you feel more comfortable, I feel. And it will really help you to be able to work with the energies of one another. And they as well may help to calm you down and alleviate some of these worries and fears because I feel like you're going to be protected and you're going to get the answers that you want and the justice that you deserve. You're going to be able to be seen, heard, cared for. I want to say enough. If you go in with certain expectations, I'm not saying those expectations won't be met, especially with justice upright. I feel like what needs to be done is going to be done. Whether you feel this is an ending, you need closure within a relationship, and you may end up being just a friendship. It won't be as intimate, but yet it will be. Because I feel like you're going to be closer with this person than after that. Because you're going to create something new, something stable, something more authentic and true and built on truth as well. So that is all I see in the cards for you today, Group 1. I really hope this helped to give you any clarity and guidance you need. I really hope you love yourself, show yourself compassion and patience, and give yourself understanding as well. Because you deserve it, and you are growing, and you are healing. And these opportunities are waiting for you, but you don't have to miss out on them. I want to say that as well. You don't have to miss out on them. There is love for you. There is compassion for you. And I hope that you find that moving forward. If you would like to see any more readings from me, you can definitely subscribe and join the tribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Hello. If you chose the equator, you are Group 2, and this is your reading. Today we are here to find out what you are gaining from your current situation or the situation that you have on your mind right now, and then advice moving forward. I'm also going to pick an affirmation card for you right now, real quick, because Spirit told me in the first group that I needed to do that. And it was the, cherry on top. I needed it for the reading. The reading needed it. Group 2, please, Spirit. Affirmation for group 2. Oh, and you are the group I heard run, wasn't it? I am worthy of the very best in life, and now I lovingly allow myself to accept it. Yeah, I felt like stop running. We're going to go over this, though, at the end of your reading. Go over it further. But to start off your reading, we're going to take a look at your oracle card here, Equator. So I'm getting a few messages here. Okay. Somebody may be trying to seduce you, and you may not want any of it. Okay, that's one message I saw. But also, you may be diving a little too deep into like vices. It kind of feels like devilish. Like this is the devil on your shoulder trying to tell you to like do things, or like that's your avoidant coping mechanism. You may be using vices to avoid certain things, and it's like masking. It's not even touching the roots of what you need like mended or touched. And with the 5 up top here, I just heard it's conflict. The 5 to me is about change, and you need conflict as well to create change. So something negative can be turned into a positive. But I see a lot of negative attributes just really being hyper focused on. And so, is that Saturn here? Maybe it may not be, but that really gives me lessons, okay? So you may be in the midst of learning a hard lesson. It may be karmic lessons, but also with Saturn, you have to put in the work. If you want to see positive results, you have to put in the work. And it does take time. It takes effort. It takes you coming back and back and back and back. So you may be constantly like trying to return to a situation and not seeing any movement, wanting change, avoiding it with, I just heard, temptations or vices, or even just avoidance, like full stop, like period. And none of these extra things that you're doing on the side are really getting to the root of the issue to be resolved. You could feel alone in this, and that's kind of just how you're really trying to work through these things by yourself. I don't feel like you have many people to talk to, or the ones that you do, it's like they're really skin deep, or they'll brush over certain issues, or they're just yes men, and they're not really out here for your highest good. I want to tell you that. I don't know who's close around you, or who may be trying to get close to you, or it's like these distractions are just like, it's not what's truly meant for you. I feel like I just heard abandon it. I feel like you need to leave these things that are not truly meant for you. And that could be negatively impacting these changes that you're going through in your life right now, in these lessons that you're learning, because it's just adding more onto the plate. And Spirit's saying you actually don't need that big of a plate. Maybe you think if I make my plate bigger, then the stuff on it won't seem as much. But then you're leaving room for so much more to be put on it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You open up the space for things, and things are going to fill it. So be mindful of the energy you're removing and the energy you're allowing in as well. I feel like you're somebody who really stands out. You probably get a lot of attention, and the people might like the way you smell or feel, or how you make them feel. And some of these people really use you for that. There's flowers down here are so delicate and pure. The color white is of purity. And these flowers are just looking dingy, muddy, grimy, and they want your purity. That could also be what your situation feels like. Somebody's trying to take your purity, your innocence, and taint it. And they could be a distraction, or you could feel challenged or harmed by this in a way that distracts you from other things, from other lessons or other opportunities where it's going to take so much of your time. I just heard your money, your efforts, and your energy. You're not able to put in the work in the areas of your life that you need to because of this situation here. So that is all I see with this oracle card. So we're going to use tarot now to dive a little deeper into what your situation is. Sorry you can see my feet. Don't look. What's group 2's situation? Oh, yeah. Okay. The Tower upright. What is group 2's situation? You have the Two of Swords upright. Group 2 situation, please, Spirit. I feel like you jumped ship. You may be running right now from a tower, from something that's like devastating, and you don't have enough truth or clarity to even understand it. It's confusing. I don't want any more of it. I need to get out. I need to get away. You may have like left somebody, abandoned somebody. Didn't I say the word abandon earlier? Or you may feel like you're abandoning a situation or a person because you don't have enough truth and clarity on the matter. And it's like, I can't save you. I can't save this, situation. All I can do is save myself right now. All I can do right now is look out for myself. And it's really the energy of abandoning ship because, the tower has fallen. These foundations are not, I just heard they're not worthy. Take that as it resonates, but if it resonates. But it feels like it's inhabitable right now. Whatever foundation has just suddenly been immensely and grossly disrupted. It's scary. You don't even want to go back to it. You don't. Like, it's triggering. It's really upsetting and devastating. And I feel like it's bringing out sides of you. You may be questioning certain parts or aspects of you, your character. I just heard your morals. You may be talking to other people about this to try and get a better understanding or to try and feel like validated in your own views as well. What is group 2's situation, please, Spirit? And you have the King of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you are hyper-focused. Didn't I say that as well? Clarification, sorry. The bottom of the deck energy is the King of Cups. Because I feel like dipping into this could be traumatic. It could feel so emotionally unsettling. Yeah, and I feel like you're used to being this lighter, bubbly energy. You're used to having simpler friendships, simpler connections, being really inquisitive, being light in the way that you communicate. It's like you don't want people to even see too deeply into you as well or something. Or that may scare you if somebody looks too deeply into you. If they like read your emotions or read too deeply into your emotions or your reactions, that may like put you off. In which case then you may kind of run from that. So in your situation, it feels like a stubbornness because of the lack of information. I feel like you might have to wait. You're being very impatient. You may feel stubborn in certain ways or unwavering. You may have like plans or something in your head. You may be going over like a discussion in your head or information that you learned and really trying to dissect it and decipher it. It may make you feel uneasy within your ego, uneasy within your capabilities. You may feel like you can't handle it. Again, like it's too much on your plate. I need to put my focus somewhere else. You may be used to avoiding situations, conflict. I just heard disadvantages. If somebody makes you feel in some way a lesser or that something is your fault, then you may feel victimized in certain ways or kind of backed up in a corner. And I feel in this situation, though, you don't want to feel that because you're really searching for truth, searching for answers and clarity. Because it's like, if I had more information then maybe I can contribute a little more. But with the King of Wands reversed here, it feels like you might almost be ready for a fight. You might be wondering, do I need to take some line of action to defend myself? You could even be wondering, like, do I need legal action? Do I need to consult somebody about this situation that's just erupted? It's like you've been hit with some truth that you were blindsided, really. And this affected more than one person. That is all I see there. Now we are going to find out what you are gaining from this situation. What is group 2 gaining from this situation, Spirit? What is group 2 gaining? Sorry, you have the 5 of Wands upright. Conflict, competition could have been involved within this as well. Or you feel like you have to fight for somebody's energy, attention, or you were somebody in this connection or situation was in this competitive space. And so it's like, again, like I said, hey, it's you or me. I have to look out for me at this point. You have the full upright, a beautiful sign for you, because that's saying, especially clarifying the 2 of Swords here, you do have this opportunity that's coming that will allow you new information. Let me get this last card before I go on. Yeah, the Chariot here. And you're going to be able to align these energies to a more positive outcome, to a resolution. It's going to make you feel, look, the bottom of the deck energy is the Magician. It's going to make you feel capable and able to handle this situation better, to be able to, I feel the sense of being empowered, especially with the Knight of Wands and under here. It's like you're going to then feel, once you get this clarity, more able and capable within yourself and your actions. You're going to be more mindful of your actions from now on. That is a message as well. Like, be intentional. You need to be intentional, especially with your actions, because your actions are going to create your reality. You're manifesting through your actions. So what do you want to put care into? What do you want to put love into? What are you really striving for? Where is your drive and your desire? Is it being directed in the right way? What you are gaining from the situation, I just heard it's a new state of peace. This was a challenge that was meant to find you, to help you grow. Okay, you're starting a fresh chapter coming out of this situation. You're going to go from this tower moment where everything's crumbled, because you know what? It wasn't built on solid foundations anyway. I feel like there was already so much disruption within the situation to begin with. Nothing was okay. People were clashing. Egos were clashing. Energy was mismatched. Energy was misplaced. Attention was probably misplaced. And then it left you in this confusion. You could have been trying to choose between 2 different options of things, 2 different paths to go. Like, which one is the right one? I don't know. And I feel like that's kind of where the avoidance came in. There was things happening in the background while you were kind of going through this blind spot in moment. There were things happening in the background to start to clear out the rubble, to acknowledge what crap is there within this rubble that you ended up just stumbling in. I feel like it was knee deep. Like it's more than just this situation, or if it's like involving a person here, it's more than just this person. It was just, I feel like it was all around you. And you could have felt like you were really trying to persevere and push through all this muck and crap. And it's like, how did I build up so much around me? How did I do this? How did this happen? And you may have been judging others around you, or felt judged yourself. And it felt like unfairly because you were unknowing. But you have this new opportunity coming that is going to allow you to release the baggage, release the things that are holding you down, holding you back, and keeping you from this lighter, happier energy and spirit that you do have. I feel like you have so much beautiful, it's like you're angelic for real. Even if you don't feel like that, your energy has such a purity to it. Your depths, even if you're somebody who's kind of harder on the outside, your depths behind the mask, behind it could even be protection mechanisms or ways that you like help you survive. This could involve your ego as well, and just how your ego helps you to survive in this world. But behind all of that, there's somebody pure and precious. And that purity is needed in this chapter moving forward. And so you're going to have this new opportunity for a fresh start. And you're going to know more because you're going to be able to make a decision and move forward. With this Chariot, you're combining these energies, these forces. And instead of having it entangle you, I just heard, It's going to help propel you forward. You're going to be able to feel more driven, determined, assured, confident within yourself and your capabilities again here. This is going to take effort on your part as well. I feel with the 5 and 7 here, this is really involving you bringing into alignment, aligning your heart and your mind with your actions, making sure that they are with intention again, that you are starting to move with intention, move with a pure heart in a balanced state of mind. Once you come into the clarity, take all of these things, make these energies work for you. And if you need to speak your intentions moving forward, if you need to declare these intentions within a more authentic way, you are being guided to do this. And what you are gaining is the chance to be open, honest, and clear about what you want, about your motions forward, where your intentions lie, how capable you are in the situation, or what you're able to offer, so people can better understand what they can expect from you as well. Because I feel like you allow people to expect too much of you at times too. So again, you're trying to broaden your plate and have this expanded capacity, but you don't have an endless amount of capacity. You need to think about yourself. Honestly, how much do I really have to give to those around me? How much do I have to really give to this situation? But truth needs to come to light. Again, with this 5 of Wands and the King, it's like competitive energy, or you may be bracing yourself for an argument. I don't feel like there needs to necessarily be an argument. With the Equator, I feel like somebody, wants to balance things out. Like more than one person in the situation wants things to be balanced. They want resolution. They want quick results. And you as well. I feel like you want quick results. Again, with this impatience with the King of Wands here. But forcing yourself in this situation is not going to bring you the answers that you need. Patience and clarity and being open to new information, new opportunities, to allow that time and space for a more balanced reality, for a more balanced self. I feel like with you kind of feel like what is that block? A Rubik's Cube. You may be hard to figure out. You may be hard to you may be very mismatched, whether in this situation, if it involves somebody, because they could be one of your choices here, or your paths, you could be very different from those around you. You may function and work differently. You have different ways of learning. And I feel like if you need to express this to somebody to both better understand how you can work together and not be just going against each other, let people know what you need. Let people know how you can best move forward. It's like if you stepped on someone's toe, okay, and they're like, ow, you hurt me, I'm in pain. Instead of being like, you can always move your foot. Instead of being like that, you could be like, how can I next time be able to better avoid your foot? Let me know where your foot's going to be so I know where I need to be as well. So that's a weird analogy, but please take that however it can pertain to your situation. But I do see that you're going to be able to come out of this feeling more capable, more able, more assured. I really feel this drive and this power. It's excitement. You're gonna feel excited about it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I finally released this. I'm so glad I allowed this chance for a new beginning, because that's really what was needed. Because this conflict, this competitive back and forth energy, this, us, if you're dealing with somebody, us not aligning, we're just never, your schedules may be different. If you're dealing with a person here, your schedules may be different. Your energy may be different, your energy levels or the way that you best work with others. You may actually work differently than maybe you thought before. And this is going to give you a chance to learn the other person better as you also teach them more about you. So allow people to learn you just as you are learning yourself, just as you are learning a lot of new things in life. And what do I want for my life? I feel like you're restarting a lot, and it is confusing, and it's leaving, I feel like, a lot of room for error. So just be patient with yourself. Allow this truth to find you. If you do not see it yet, trust your intuition. Have faith. Trust and then release. That's what I'm seeing here with the Two of Swords and the Fool here. You need to trust your intuition and release the rest and just allow everything to unfold, because I feel like it's going to come to you. Things are going to be revealed to you, and that's what's going to help you be able to move forward and feel more confident moving forward as well. So to close your reading, I'm going to read your affirmation card again. I am worthy of the best in life, and now I lovingly allow myself to accept it. And you are. You're so so worthy of so much. Like I said, you are so precious. You are so freaking precious. I really feel this sadness. Even if you are happy on the outside, I feel like it's your heart space is holding sadness, energies of loss, upset, like that confusion and misunderstanding I feel as well. But you are worthy of the very best in life. And to be able to accept the best, you have to release what isn't the best for you, whether it's expectations you placed on yourself or others. Even if you feel, I have to say this too, even if you feel like you made a misstep, like you did something wrong, it may be something you feel like goes against your character, or you feel you may need to apologize for, or it's like, I'm just effing up, like I keep effing up everything. Love yourself, be patient, because you are changing and moving. You're really changing the circumstances around you, and everything has crumbled because that's not what's for you. Anything that came down was for your best interest moving forward, because that would just be chains on you. It would cause you more confusion and illusion. And I feel like you were really living in the space of illusion, especially if you are like hyper fixating, or if you are avoiding somebody, avoiding the situation, or avoiding the people involved in the situation because of your illusions, because you don't have the full truth. You need to not avoid, allow it to reveal itself to you and release what's not meant for you, what doesn't deserve you, and the things that I just heard, like patterns. You could have patterns of behavior. Take that only if it resonates, but you can really make your reality whatever the heck you want. Okay, you're going to be able to move on. Didn't I say with this this card here in the planet up here, like it was Saturn, like you have stuff to do, okay? You have big changes happening in your life right now. So much is changing, and I just heard so much is breaking, and it has to break down. Let it erode, because just like, you know, it's a hard analogy, an animal carcass. Let's just say a tree falling in the forest, and its body rots and turns into vegetation for the forest floor. And it is so beautiful what it can grow then. So much beauty can come of something that has, its time has run out, and it's time to build anew. That one tree has turned into so many other trees, has turned into so many other plants, and fed so many other things. And so you're not going to be in a space of lack, and you won't be in the space of confusion, but you can be in a space of fertility and growth and abundance and reassurance moving forward, because your reality is whatever you say it is. Whew. So I hope those messages resonated with you. I really hope that this helped give you clarity on what you were really gaining from this situation and where you should best focus your energy and attention. Show yourself so much love, patience, and understanding along this journey that is you and your life. If you would like to see any more readings from me, you can subscribe and join my little tribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, if you chose this card, Plants, Growth, you are group 3, and this is your reading. Today we are going to find out what you were gaining from this situation. First, we are going to find out what the situation is, what you were gaining, and then advice for you moving forward, and whatever else Spirit feels called to say and bring up in between. That's what we are going to be covering. I'm actually going to choose an affirmation card for you as well, and we will be going over this card at the end of your reading. What's group 3 need to know, Spirit? What does group 3 need to hear? What do they need to know? You might need more sleep. I feel like this is a restless energy in your night. During the night, you may be restless, or you may be watching the clock just go by and the hours are just going and going and you're not actually getting the sleep that you need. Or you may be just having late nights. You may be working at night. I trust my inner voice. So we are going to start your reading now. Going over your oracle card here. Growth. Aw, okay, I just have to say real quick, you have a spirit guide. You have somebody, it's a relative, they are so close to you, they're watching you closely right now as well. You may have spoken to them recently or reached out to them in some way, shape, or form, and they want you to know, I am here, I see you, and I just heard, I am listening. They don't want you to repeat old cycles, to not misuse like your charm or your charisma, or to be protective of that. Some people could be possibly trying to take advantage of that, or it's a warning for you not to actually misuse that. Like, don't be misguided. Because I feel like you're attractive people, even if you don't feel like it. Like, your charisma, your energy, something about you is real attractive. And they want you to be intentful, be mindful of this, and be protective of yourself. Because you don't want the wrong energies around you. They may also be trying to protect you from somebody here specifically as well. You may have people around you who are drama, spiteful. They are trying to protect you from those people, if that resonates with you. Otherwise, this is to say that they are watching over you. They hear you. They are here for you. And they're watching to see what you do next. I feel like you have a plan in motion. They're like, are you going to do it? You placed an intention. I see that. You placed an intention and they're wondering, are you going to do it? Are you going to make the move? Because you have free will. You can stay where you're at, and I feel like you're going to be fine. If you stay where you're at, you'll probably be fine. But there's this energy. It's like, could I gain more if I do this? I could probably gain more if I do this. And you have up here the number 19. Which is also speaking on the possibility to finally close out a cycle, to end a cycle, to have a new beginning. And it's also speaking on new beginnings and persevering through it, through your challenges. And I heard with optimism. Please be optimistic when you work through your challenges. Way easier said than done, right? But just know that you are being guided and looked after and supported along the way. And I feel like you have a lot of support and you have a lot of things coming for you. And this could also speak on you going somewhere where you're really recognized, or you're going to be able to be recognized for your talents, gifts, your skills. Something about you is shining right now. You may not even see it. And you're on the precipice of like this whole new beginning for you. Are you going to take it or are you not? It's almost the question here. But you have growth. It's like this growth is promised to you. But again, we have free will. We can choose to be comfortable and be safe. Or we can choose feeling a little vulnerable, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and gain so much more. It's like as if this moose here only had the vegetation on its back, but then it finally decided to just run free through the forest and look at all the beauty it obtained. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. And I see its face. It's like, I'm so excited. So if you do have something, an intention that you planted, a seed that you planted, know that if you do take that, it could be a leap of faith even, or if you keep persevering through this with this pure intention, I feel like you're going to be happy with the results as well. I feel like it's been a long journey for you, but you have so much more to gain. Don't limit yourself. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't tell yourself I peaked or I've done all I could. I feel like there's just so much more. And just know that you are protected and guided and watched along the way, even though that may sound a little creepy. It's by loving ones, by your spiritual team, or somebody very specific that you talk to that is a relative. So now we're going to see what your situation is. What is Group 3's current situation that they're... Oh. You have the 7 of Cups upright. Choices, options. What do I do? What do I do? You might not want to make I just heard the wrong turn, the wrong choice. I'm trying to get all these cards out. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling off these messages. They're coming through crazy right now. But this cup here, somebody's trying to offer you their cup. It could be a cup of love. It could be like a financial opportunity as well. But somebody's trying to offer you something. And it's almost like it could feel familiar, but it's damaging. It could feel like, well, there's more security there, but it's damaging. And it may try and make itself look real good and like reel you in a misleading way. I pulled that out through your oracle cards. Somebody may be trying to like do some stuff. You may be being protected from that person. If it's a person who tries to come off as somebody they're not really, they could be really damaging. They could be somebody who's toxic, but they could be like, I'm better now, or I'm doing this now, or we got through all of this, so it's going to be okay. If that resonates with you at all, I'm being shown they're trying to just keep you from your other options. They're trying to just be your only option and confuse you and blind you, especially blind you from the truth. They don't want you to see something true about yourself. And this truth is a positive for you, but they're trying to not let you see whether it's your potential. They want to keep you from your potential, keep you from your power, is what it feels like. What is group 3 situation? In my last reading, group 3 had this card. The reading was What's Next in Love. And they had this, spoiler, anyway, if you go to my last reading and then pick group 3. But this is a special card in the deck. And it says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. This was in reverse. Because, again, you have a choice. It's like a choice to fully embrace yourself, your potential, your greatest worth is what I heard as well. And again, somebody may be trying to have you get confused and like keep you down or shield you from truth about yourself and your true power, your greatest potential. You may as well just have this low self-esteem right now. I get the sense you don't want to get outside validation. You may at times, but I feel like you want it healthily. You may have discovered that you were doing it in a toxic manner. Please only take this message if it resonates. It's just a message that I am pulling up here, but you may have reached for outside sources of validation in the past that were toxic. It was in a toxic way. It was, only skin deep. It wasn't really actually fulfilling. It was either to just fill up your time, boost up your ego, make you feel good. Like, it was really just a dose of medicine for your ego to, excuse this bluntness, but to avoid greater issues and bigger issues or bigger things that needed healed or addressed within yourself. You could be really analytical people or have like a good to-do list. Might be really timely or good with your schedule, but emotionally, I feel drained. Emotionally, you may have, more energies some days than others, and there's an imbalance here. You have the 8 of Swords in reverse. In the back of the deck is the Page of Swords. So I got the message. It could feel like a multiple choice, whether that's in question form, on a test, a scan test. You have A, B, C, D, like what option, what's my choices? And Spirit told me you don't have as many choices as you think, and that is only to say the truth is more obvious than you may be implying or making it seem to be. I feel like there is a way out of this confusion. And you may have taken that route and found your freedom, found a new perspective. And it's like, I actually have choices now. You may have energy to pursue these options, these other options, or these choices. With the 7 of Pentacles in reverse here, you may not know what to put your money into. Money meaning your energy, time, and focus. Where it's going to be best placed to give you the results that you're looking for. And I feel like this is going to take communication, more questioning, more action in some way, reaching out to the right people. And there is this sense of vulnerability as well with this Page of Swords, of reaching out to somebody, being more vulnerable and open, like you're scared to do this, or you don't want to say the wrong thing, or you may be confused even what to say, because you want something that's going to have meaning and lead to longevity, lead to something sustainable and worth it in the end. If your situation pertains other people's opinions, you need to release that. Other people's opinions are not going to matter in this situation, because it is up to you, and it is up to you to discover your full potential, stepping into it with your highest truth. What is your truth? Move off of that. If you have to ask more questions to really get clarity, to know what you truly want, what is my truth? You may be worried about what somebody else has to say, what somebody else is thinking about you. You may be worried then about their actions towards you, what they will say, what they're going to probably say to other people. And if that is the case, and if that is halting you from progression forward, from taking you out of any victim mentality or injustice within your own mind, I feel like you can know something's wrong, like it's not wrong, but something else is pulling at you. It feels like something's pulling at the back of my mind. You know it's not right. Somebody may be trying to convince you otherwise. And then that as well could be clouding, then it could be clouding your judgment or your perspective. If you do feel trapped right now, I don't feel you're as trapped as you may perceive yourself to be, or this situation to be. There's potential for growth. There's almost a guarantee for growth. I just feel like there's too many opinions, and I just heard like too many opinions in your story. Be the main character in your story. Look at this. I said I was going to go over it before at the end of the reading, but it says, I trust my inner voice. Nobody else's. Only you. Only your opinion matters. Only your voice truly matters in this situation. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to take your life? What makes you feel charged and energized? Go towards that. What makes you feel depleted and defeated? You need to reevaluate that, and you need to cut out anybody and anything that is making you feel less than, that is making you, like if you're comparing yourself to others too much, you need to release that as well. You are your own person. You're the main character in your story. You don't need to look anywhere outside of yourself. You create the world around you. Anybody can have and create this pretty picture of themselves with the Seven of Cups as well. You know, you could be like on scrolling social media, for example, and see people just painting their picture, the picture that they want to present to the world, and it could be pretty. Their lifestyle could look luxurious or like effortless. That doesn't mean it's the truth. A picture is a freaking, a millisecond in time. Don't trust what you're seeing. Trust yourself. Trust your inner knowing. Trust what you want to do for yourself in your life, because you're not going to be let down. Spirit's saying it right now. Even your guide. They are saying you need to move with full force in whichever direction this situation is pertaining to. Move forward with full force. Do not let anybody place chains. Do not let anybody tell you what to do in a situation that is going to involve your personal future moving forward. There's this energy of being scared, being afraid of judgment, of not being enough potentially, of failing other people. You could have children. Maybe you're scared to fail your kids, or you're scared of these, expectations as a grown adult who's taking care of a family or a loved one. And you may not know what is the best option to move forward. How am I going to do this? And how is it going to affect those around me? So let's go take a dive into what you're gaining from this situation. What is group 3 gaining from this situation? I just heard how to talk. You could even be learning how to speak your needs, how to speak up more, how to ask questions. And you may start to open up more to asking questions or, speaking to the right people. Getting second opinions as well. If you need a second opinion on a situation that you need clarity on, that you may feel like my hands are tied, or like I only have so much money, or I only have so much time for this. Like, how can I better move within this situation? If that resonates to you, please open up and try and search. I feel like you need to search. Search for that opinion. Search for that person you need to talk to get more clarity, more information, the right information. And don't listen, please don't take into account other people's opinions who cannot offer you like solid evidence. Like, if you know a situation was bad before, I don't feel like it's going to be any better. Like, if you were coming out of a situation, okay, currently, that was bad, and they are trying to tell you this is different now, or da 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 da, you need more information. You need to ask more questions. You need to take your time, and you need to be met with more answers, is what it feels like. I feel like you need to eliminate unwarranted opinions, unwanted opinions, and really just start to trust yourself. Listen to yourself. What do you want? Quiet your mind, still your mind, and those answers will come to you because you are being guided. I just got chills. I'm gonna say like heavy chills, and they're just waiting for you. And again, if you are somebody who does pray, or if you are somebody who speaks to a loved one who has passed on, you are being asked to speak to them. Ask for guidance, ask for clarity, because they're waiting. I feel them waiting on the sidelines for you to tap them in, but they cannot help you unless you reach out and you ask specifically for that guidance, for that clarity, for something to be more obvious to you, and release old patterns, old stories. Do not let other people's opinions and judgments, potential judgments, affect. You are the main character in your story. The Knight of Pentacles came out. It's group 2 gaining from the situation. What is group 2 gaining? Group 2. Excuse me. Group 3. What are they gaining from the situation? Ooh, fast-paced changing. 8 of Wands. Motion forward. Movement. Expansion. Heavy on the expansion. You could even be doing more within your workspace. You could have taken on a new role within your workspace. This can involve travel. This can involve, I just heard bands, traveling with groups of other people or to see groups of other people. And you have the Devil upright. So that's interesting for what you're gaining through the situation. A chance to kind of be a little hedonist maybe. But the back of the deck energy is the High Priestess and the 4 of Wands. Yeah, you're gonna find more harmony and stability once you start trusting yourself. And I feel power. With this High Priestess, you're powerful. You may be really intuitive, or that's spirit saying you doubt yourself so much. You really doubt how intuitive you are, how right you are in some ways. Not trying to inflate egos over here, but I mean, like, spirit's saying you are a force. And I feel like somebody has been, like, they lied to you, or you were lying to yourself about how much information you actually do already know. If you really tune into yourself, you're going to know you already have all the answers that you need to move forward for your best interest. If you feel that you are doubting yourself in any way to be able to gain the stability in your life, in this, I just heard this sense of fortune, you are definitely expanding. You are solidifying more financial or material stability for yourself. I feel like that's just going to be building. You may have even gotten a raise at work, or that's spoiler, that could be something that's coming to you, a raise in your income. Fast pace, fast changes. You may have not expected that. Or it's a new obligation that you weren't expecting, but it almost seems to come at the right time with the right people. And with this Devil card, it feels kind of sneaky. Or you may have to sneak around to do something. If you're traveling, you could have used your charm, your charisma in a manipulative way before in the past. And you need to release that. If that resonates with you, Spirit's asking you to release those toxic ways, patterns, and behaviors that you had used to gain for yourself in the past. Because I feel like you need to clear out some karma, okay, regarding your ego or how you might have used your sex appeal, your charisma. It's like enticing energy. Like you have a way about you. You could be slick with the things that you say or the way that you speak to people, and you could really charm them just to get your way. And Spirit's asking you to release that patterned behavior of yours, because if you want more stability, more honest and reliable people around you as well, you have to be that exact. You have to mirror what you want for yourself. If you want honesty and clarity and truth and growth and stepping into like abundance and personal security, even within your own self and your ego, then you need to surround yourself with people who have a balanced ego, who will offer you truth, honesty, and clarity when you ask for it. People who don't want to mislead you, misjudge you, but yet support you on your endeavors and the things that you're really putting a lot of work, time, and effort into. I actually see a message. I'm a sex positive channel over here. We do not sex shame, but this would then be a message for somebody who may work in that field, that industry, and using your charm to gain a lot of income fast, gain a lot of attention. You could even get a lot of attention for this if that's something that you do. But I feel like if you continue it, it's like a negative attachment. It's actually making me really scared for you. I'm not trying to scare you at all, but if you are somebody who works publicly in this field, if you can get people to guard you and protect you a little extra, please look into that. Please do that. I don't want you to be taken advantage of. I don't want people to try and seek you out and stalk you, or like, it's almost like other people are trying to reel you in that realm. And I feel like it's going to be damaging. Like you're going to put your hand in a cage and you're going to get bit, especially with it being clarified under the Eight of Swords. It's like these are old patterns and behaviors that could prolong negative karma for you. And that's then something that you would need to release if that resonates with you. Then it can be a real exciting life. And shit, that money coming in, that could be real exciting. You may also like go out and party at night. Like I earned it, especially if you got like a raise in your income and you may be going out and partying a lot more, going to different events at night, or, going to like a strip club or partying, just being a little hedonist and getting these instant gratifications that are really fun and exciting. That could be something that you are gaining from the situation. I think you might have needed a time out for yourself. If this resonates with you, Spirit's acknowledging they understand you needed that space and time for yourself, but do not make that your life. Do not make that your story. Make sure that you are balancing yourself, that you have healthy boundaries, like healthy expectations with those around you as well, especially within the workspace. Know that your time, your money, and your presence is valuable. You are valuable, and you could diminish your personal value if you disregard your healthy boundaries in your own inner voice. What you are gaining from this, though, is an opportunity to elevate your world, to elevate yourself, to have more exciting moments for yourself. You are stepping into expansion, and this could trigger some things, but I feel like you are, in general, are going to be really like sexually active. I heard you could be more sexually active. That could be something you're gaining from this situation, is a chance to be more explorative in that way, a chance to really let your hair down, because honestly, I feel that's healthy for you. Because if that resonates with you, you were really kept from a lot because of what somebody else said you should be or what you should do. Like they're trying to stop you and keep you in a cage. And so you're kind of biting back and you're allowing yourself, we're only human. This is part of the experience. And this chance to indulge a little bit, have a little fun, let your hair down. That is all part of the experience. So, this could be what you're gaining. And I'm not saying to not enjoy that. But if you are going to indulge and engage in certain things, make sure that you have healthy expectations and healthy boundaries, and don't ignore your inner voice if you feel like something is wrong or something is off, or maybe you need to slow down. So trust yourself, trust your inner knowing, listen to what your voice has already, I heard it's been telling you. And it's just time to listen, to take off any masks, to reject any opinions, any people who you know for a fact does not have your best interests in mind, who doesn't care. They're self-serving. They're looking after themselves. It is time to start looking out for you. It is time to start healing the part that felt unworthy or who had to really guard themselves because they were so fragile, and somebody's words could really just tear down their ego. Because you're better than that. You're bigger than that. And you can have so much more in your life because you are so much more. But the way that you may view yourself is not accurate. There's so much more, and you're stepping into this era, I want to say. It's an era of expansion. It's an era of growth. So welcome in these new opportunities that are coming for you. That is all I see in the cards for you, Group 3. I really hope this helped to give you any more clarity that you may have needed within this situation, and a chance to release and relieve yourself to be able to welcome in the newness and expansion in these people that I just heard that you're entertaining, these new people that you could be coming into with healthy boundaries, and always trust yourself and listen to your inner voice. If you would like to see any more readings from me, you can subscribe and join the little tribe, and I'll see you in the next reading.